So today we will start with the chapter 8 in social science, and that is framing of constitution and features. First of all, it is very important to understand what is constitution. Constitution is a book, okay, and this book contains all the rules, all the regulations, all the laws, everything, and it also gives us guidelines એટલે it helps us in how to rule the country. Whichever government is there, it helps the government in ruling the country. According to that book, you can rule the country. Constitutional means any systematic collections of rules designed to govern a country's regime is known as constitution. So what they are saying is, what is constitution? It's a systematic એટલે શું proper order નું છે. Okay, systematic means proper order, proper arrangements and collection of all the rules, all the regulations which helps us to govern the country meaning rule the country, okay, based on whichever government is there. Regime means whichever government is there, it helps that government in ruling the country, which is based on systematic and proper arrangement of all the rules and regulation. This is what constitution means. Okay, it's very, very important. Every country has a constitution of their own. Importance. Constitution is the basic and the most important document. Okay, out of everything in the world, constitution is very basic and it is the most important document. The laws of the country are based on the constitution. So all the rules, all the regulation, all the laws, they are based on these constitution. The country's constitution and constitutional laws should be the subject of relevant provision. So what they are saying is that all the rules, all the regulation, all the laws which are there in a particular country, it should be based on what the country is. Let's say if I have rules and regulations જે આપણા countryમાં લાગુ નથી પડતા અને એવા rules and regulations હું રાખું છું તો એનો કાંઈ મતલબ નથી. Understanding? So rules and regulations should be relevant meaning આ ટાઈમમાં એનો ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ હોવો જોઈએ કે ಈ countryમાં એનો ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ હોવો જોઈએ. The constitutional is superior to all the laws of the country. So what they are saying that in the constitution, all the rules and regulations are there, and in that constitutional rules and regulation are given much more important than any other rules and regulation. Constitutional involves periodically changing requirements of the people's aspiration, experience, interest, as well as emotions which are high. That's the reason constitution is known as a live and a basic document. So what they are saying is that constitutional rules and regulation, they keep changing from time to time. Periodically means there are rules and regulations that keep changing from time to time. Earlier, Kashmir ma that article 365 was not there. That now that article is removed. Right, that article 365 from Kashmir is removed and Kashmir is now a union territory. It is ruled by the Delhi government. So that was the change that was brought in the constitution of India. Why does the rules and regulations need to be changed? Imagine the rules and regulations are there from British ka time. So each time per society was different. Now the society is different. So rules and regulations need to keep changing because the society around us is changing. Okay, and people na dreams, people na aspirations, people na experience are changing, people are getting educated, and people start expecting more from the country. Okay, and that is why rules and regulation constantly needs to be changing from time to time. That is why we say that constitution is a live document, because certain changes keep happening from time to time. Process of framing the constitution. Before independence, the British government on 25th March 1946 handed the duty to the cabinet mission of 3 members to find a solution to the question of India's independence. On the basis of recommendation of cabinet commission, the constituted assembly was constituted and the structure of the constitution was decided. Now what happened was that before independence, okay, before India got independence, the British government on 25th March 1946, remember, by this time there were already discussions made for the independence of the country and steps were being taken for independence of the country. So what they are saying that the British government on 25th March 1946 they appointed a cabinet mission, okay, and that mission ka main role was to form a cabinet, was to form a constituent assembly. Okay, what is constituent assembly? It's a group of people which would sit and make the constitution of India. It would have Indians, okay, not Britishers. So I'll repeat again this part, that before independence, okay, on British government on 25th March 1946, they appointed a mission in India, okay, and this mission was called as cabinet mission. What was the role of the cabinet mission? To form a group which was called as constituent assembly, and this constituent assembly would sit and make the constitution of India. Constituent assembly comprised of 385 members. So in this assembly, how many people were there? 385 members, in which various members from different religion, caste, gender, and people from various geographical diversification, political representatives, and experts from various sectors were included. So who all people were there in this assembly? Okay, people from different religion, people from different caste, people from different gender. Okay, gender means male, female. Okay, or people from different geographical diversification, meaning people from Gujarat, Rajasthan, different geographical areas mathi loko hata. People from politics were there. People who were expert in politics were there. So all these people were the members of the Constituent Assembly. It included Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, MP Modi, H.V. Kamath, Kanhaiyalal Mulshi, Frank Anthony, Swami Iyer, Baldev Singh, and women representatives Sarojini Naidu and Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit. So I'll tell you which all names to do. Do Jawaharlal Nehru, do Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, do Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, okay. Then you can do Sarojini Naidu and Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. You have to remember these two female names because these two females were the part of making of our constitution. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the president of Constituent Assembly. So who was the president of Constituent Assembly? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. A drafting committee was appointed to draft the constitution under the chairmanship of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. So there was a drafting committee which was there. Drafting committee એટલે આપણે obviously project બનાવીએ ત્યારે આપણે rough પેલા બનાવીએ અને પછી fair બનાવીએ, right? So even in constitution, first a rough copy was made. That rough copy was called as draft. Okay, so there was a drafting committee which was also made inside the Constituent Assembly, and the main head of this drafting committee was Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. Please remember, he is the father of Indian Constitution. He is the man who is responsible for making of Indian Constitution. So you cannot forget his name, that the chairperson of the drafting committee was Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. It is very, very important. The Constituent Assembly met for 166 sessions spread over the period of 2 years, 11 months and 17 days. Members of the assembly had discussed their threadbare each and every detail of the provision, keeping in mind the matters of constitution of different countries. So what happened is that this Constituent Assembly met 166 times. Okay, they met this many times for the period of how many years? 2 years, 11 months and 17 days they met. And the members would sit down and discuss each and every part in the constitution. They never skipped any part. They discussed each and every part. They also took help of other countries ka constitution to understand कि okay આ country માં આવા rules and regulations છે તો આપણી country માં भी આવા rules and regulations થઈ શકે. Okay, so they did not make constitution just essay. They took help from other countries ka constitution to make the constitution of India. In this constitution there were 295 articles, 8 appendices. After amendation with 395 articles and 9 appendices. The constitution was framed on 26 November 1949. So in the whole constitution, the constitution is divided into different parts. Okay, so there were total 295 articles and 8 appendices, but later on, after discussion, okay, there was after amendments, meaning after changes. Now how many articles are there? Total 395 articles and 9 appendices are there. Okay, after changes that have been made over years in the constitution. Obviously certain rules and regulations which were not needed are removed, certain rules and regulations which are now needed are added. So now in total, right now in present time, there are 395 articles and 9 appendices. Okay. Now the constitution was finally framed on 26th November 1949. The constitution was anonymously passed in the Constituent Assembly. Anonymously meaning everybody agreed to making this as a constitution of India in the Constitution Assembly. Everybody voted yes, yes, yes. Okay, nobody had problem. On 26 January 1950, Constitution of India came into existence and India was declared as Republic Nation. So on 26 January 1950, we accepted the constitution in India, and from there on, India was declared as the Republic Nation, and that is why every year 26 January is celebrated as Republic Day in our country. Please remember this is very important. Thereafter, every year on 26 January, we celebrate Republic Day with the national favor. Okay, we have that much junoon only while we are celebrating 26 January as we have on 15th August. Thereafter, every year 26 January, in Indian Constitution, we have 4 lions as national emblem. So what is our national emblem? The 4 lions are there. Okay, and the niche the slogan is written Satyamev Jayate, which means truth will always win. The constitution provides for citizenship. Okay, so this constitution gives us citizenship. What is citizenship? That you are Indian. If you are born in India, you are Indian. So that is citizenship. So our country gives us citizenship. It gives us rights. Okay, that these are your basic rights that you have. It tells us what are our duties towards our nation. We also have directive principles of state policy. So what are directive principles of state policy? Those are basically rules and regulations on how to rule a country. Okay, basic principles on how to rule a country. Those are directive principles of state policy. Union state relations. What is union? Delhi government is the union, meaning the main government is in Delhi, and then we have different governments in different states. That is, Gujarat ka government is different, Maharashtra ka government is different. So there is a strong relations between the government of the state and the government which is there at Delhi. Elections meaning after 18 years voting. Emergency provisions. Emergency meaning ઘણી વાર વોર થાય કે ઘણી વાર મોટા મોટા પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ થાય, તો એ ઇમરજન્સી સિચ્યુએશનમાં શું કરવું જોઈએ? All those things are there in the Constitution of India. Thus, the Constitution of India is the most detailed and elaborate national document. So the Constitution of India is a lot in detail. It talks about lots of things, okay, and it's very good document that is there in India.